Yo guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another weekly roundup um, of crypto. Yeah, so like we've had a super crazy week. There's been a hell of a lot that's going on, and like I said, we definitely see, like I said last week, we definitely see a kind of flip to the downside as all those options started to clear. Um, So yeah, we kind of came down into this area, and I basically want to see that one get run. So I think I did try along there, um, and then this one came down, and then last night I got super bullish, and basically we long the bottom. Yeah, so let's see what we've got in store for this week. I think what I'm going to try and get through is obviously the BTC, Ethereum, and Link. Then this week I'll just go through follow the money, and then we'll just take a look at all the coins that are like kind of really sprung up quite a lot. And you'll see like you've got BNB at 17%, Comp at 20%, Sushi at 18%, GRT. So let's just like kind of start moving those ones up. I think those are the ones that I'll probably be looking at mostly this week in terms of intraday. I did snag quite a few bags. Added Solana, added Serum, finally got entries. And I think I added quite a bit more BAO as well, which was a really good thing because BAO's up like 28% on the day. So we'll definitely look at that. FTT, obviously Flamingo. Pretty much all of the follow the money coins are all in the money. So I did add Serum, I did add SEOUL, I've got some PERP, I've got some FTT. Yeah, so let's get into the stream. Well, I mean, I tried to stream again. I have actually gotten, I have actually gotten an upgrade to my internet, but yeah, for some other strange reason, let's just keep on losing connection. So I'm definitely gonna have to speak to my service provider. So this one's gonna be recorded again. Yeah, so let's just jump into Bitcoin, right? So we've got the monthly highs right at the top, and we had a monthly close, right? And there's a couple of things that you got to kind of start getting used to in crypto, especially if you're new. And one of those things is obviously March being like a super bad month for Bitcoin. So we got the monthly open, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, if you go through March, like the last March was a super bad candle, but it was the beginning of a reversal, and if you kind of just keep going back, even March 19, it was a green month, but it wasn't anything special, right? So we've kind of seen these massive explosive moves, and I kind of think that we might just see a little bit of a range forming here, and I've been speaking about this for quite a bit. Might even like get an inside bar on the monthly. But I mean, let's see what happens. We'll trade it week by week and level to level. Yeah. So I'm just gonna mark this one out here as well. So this was like the previous all-time high kind of vibe, and then that's the new all-time high. So I'm gonna mark these just quickly out in some red. And I'll probably say that's gonna be our range. Like, I'm almost very confident that those are the highs and these will be the lows. And obviously, I think what will happen is we'll probably see the high of the month come in the first bit of the week, and then like a complete dribble off all the way down somewhere here before we launch again into the next quarter. And I mean, notoriously, and we spoke about it last time, Bitcoin's second quarter is always seriously explosive. Even just from last year, you can kind of see that's like the beginning of the bull run, right? So yeah, I'm kind of expecting to see just like Bitcoin come up here in the next week, kind of top off and then dribble down, and we're going to be looking for positions basically anywhere from the monthly open to the old all-time high. Cool, so let's get down into the week. Yeah, so you kind of see that like this has already happened. So it could maybe not happen again, but I mean, just seeing some tweezers down at the bottom here would also be quite nice. But let's see which way it goes first, you know. We're obviously trading price action, so yeah, we're going to be trading everything level to level. Right, so those are the weekly highs. We're going to actually just mark these out like that. And then these are the weekly lows that we'll be looking at. I don't think that's, I mean, that's like hardly a low that we put in today. And I kind of have a feeling that that's not going to be the low for the month, but it could possibly be the low for the week as Bitcoin kind of, you know, gets into this, into these levels at the top here. Right, so let's just mark those as weekly lows. Yeah, and let's get into the daily. Okay, so on the daily, we can already start marking out a few bases, which I would probably start marking out as, you know, supply and demand areas. So that's the first one. That's quite a bit of supply, and obviously today's candles already come in to test this supply, and I mean, I wouldn't say that it's showing any signs of weakness just yet. We'll see how the daily ends. I think if we end in the range, we'll probably kind of take out those highs before we move down, and then obviously if we just, like, you know, pump through it, this area will then become like a nice SR level. Because if you take this back, you kind of also had that base over there, right? But we're just looking at current price action. And then obviously what's formed over here is a new demand zone, obviously depending on the daily candle. But I kind of don't think that we're going to lose it completely in the next couple of hours. You know, obviously I can be wrong, but I think that we're going to close somewhere up here. Tomorrow to Wednesday, we'll probably try rally and just like take out these highs. And then obviously right at the top, you've got a nice base as well. So there's some supply. Like that. And that's pretty much it for the day. I am just going to mark out this area here as like, just keep it in the back of my mind. I think I'm actually going to do it like that. Right, and I'm just going to make this a pivot. And the reason why is because obviously if we do flip those highs, then this would become the next level to bid in, right before we take out the next highs. And these are all pretty big moves. I mean, from here to there, you've got like an 8%. And then, you know, like if we can't flip it, you know, back down to the lows is a 18% move. So that's pretty much how I'm going to be framing all the trades that I'm going to be doing intraday. Let's just get onto the 4-hour chart over here. And yeah, you can pretty much see if we want to clean this up a little bit and add another kind of supply on the 4-hour, and then we'll just mark it as a supply, and let's just give it a name, just so that we know. So this is the 4-hour supply. Let's just put it inside the middle. Right, whoops. uh, okay, so that's our 4-hour supply. On the daily, obviously, we've come into supply and we've had a little bit of a sell-off, and then we've had a retest and a sell-off as well. So, I mean, at the moment, I'm probably going to mark out this area here as a pivot as well. And I'll just give that a name. For our pivot inside center. And I think I'm going to be leaving a couple of bids in here, right? So, this kind of created that area, which just like ran last week's lows. And then we had a nice reaction back up into this. So, to remain bullish, obviously, anything even up to this level over here, which is our monthly open, is still kind of, bullish. Anything below that, I'd probably look for reactions first at the bottom and then short anything down into there. So like if we break down, then like re-short that. But I'm pretty much keen on looking at getting involved somewhere there. All right. So yeah, I mean that's it. I can obviously refine these on the 2-hour. I don't know how much like real help that's going to be for you guys. You guys have to kind of start doing it, and I will be putting out a lesson on how I mark out the these areas, all the demand, all the supply, and the pivots. Yeah, so let's see. What I can do just to get a little bit more confidence is we can draw in the fib retracement here on the 2-hour. So yeah, there we go. That's like the last little swing high. And there's your OTE, so we can quickly mark that in as well. I do have a setting for that as well, so that's the 2-hour OTE. Right, so yeah, I mean, like based on that, I'm definitely keen to get long in this area over here. And then, like I say, I think what we'll probably see is we'll see, like this level hold, and we'll run these highs on the 2-hour. You like kind of up there again. In terms of supply. So I'm not 100% sure if we would reach all the way up there. I think that we'll definitely take out these highs first. Yesterday's first target was obviously these double tops over here, which we've run already. And now, like I say, I'm looking for a small pullback, and then I'd probably ride it just up to above these highs, because this area here is formed like a serious block. And I mean, if I just quickly draw the block like this, and I'll just make it in blue, just so that you guys kind of see what I'm talking about. This is going to be a serious level of resistance to break. So I reckon we run those highs, and then I think we'll see a sell-off into March. Probably make a new low. We'll probably take out these weekly lows, and then we'll probably have to kind of look, at blocks above here, possibly even in this block, before we start making a move higher. But obviously, if we do break above here, then I'll be looking at continuing longing all the way back up to here, and then from here we'd probably start looking for shorts again as well. At pivots, obviously, I don't like looking at shorts, and we've got a pivot, across that area over there. So I wouldn't short into a pivot, which is the 50% of the range. But obviously, like if it does sell off from here, and we see a little bit of weakness, then I'll probably you know, get on some fibs, and I'll try to find an OTE for a small pullback, and then we'll ride the short down probably for the rest of the month. So that would be a swing position. Intraday, we'll see how today ends, and then you'd have like today's kind of range. This is the weekly low, and this is obviously also Monday's low as well. So just something to kind of just remember, mark it out on your chart somehow. Yeah, so that's pretty much Bitcoin for me. On Ethereum, I don't know, man. This Ethereum for me is just like seems super weak, and I'm not gonna go through too many new levels. But I mean, just the levels that we kind of, drew up from last week are definitely the levels that are kind of, pushing Ethereum down. So I don't know. I'm not seriously bullish on Ethereum right now. If you take a look at the 2 hour, you've kind of got highs, got lows, got lower highs, you got lower lows, you got lower highs, got lower lows. Yeah, so I mean, I'm kind of leaning to the fact that Ethereum is bullish, only if it kind of breaks above this area again. If it can't get through here, I'm kind of leaning on the fact that it'll be bearish. But that's, I think, going to be really good for DeFi. And if you do take a look at these, I mean, the DeFi, the really strong coins in DeFi really just, smashed it out of the park today. So yeah, I'd probably be going DeFi, really strong on DeFi. Ethereum, I'm going to give it a bit of a skip again. Even if you want to take a look at your Ethereum versus Bitcoin, we can quickly do that. Just so that we can kind of chart it out. And yeah, I don't know, I'm just not seeing any strength right now at all, right? So we are in a level here, and I'm really not gonna spend a lot of time on making it all amazing. But on the daily, we kind of in this level, the lows are being respected. I don't know, it's got to kind of get out of here, and then it's still got to break through this block. Oops. For me to kind of really get excited about it. So for now, I'm pretty much thinking that a lot of alts are going to be pumping against Ethereum, and the ones that I did drop yesterday in the Discord were Edo, I think I did EOS, I did ZRX, and GNT, I think. But I did drop quite a few in the Discord, so yeah, I will leave the link to the Discord in the video. You guys can sign up, see if you're interested in any of that type of thing. And then if there are any South African guys watching, we have finally launched our South African community, and yeah, there's quite a lot happening over there. So if you're interested, just send me a DM on Twitter or wherever you're. If you're in my Discord, you can just let me know that you're from South Africa and you want to join, and I'll pop you an invite link over there. But yeah, like I say, Ethereum not really doing anything for me. And obviously if we break out this level, then we're kind of testing those lows again. So possible it happens. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, let's quickly go through Link. So Link did eventually break through that, and I think let's just go into the weekly. So last week, at the start of the week, we kind of broke down, and now you have this swing low position. Normally what happens in these, this swing high pattern, normally what happens when you get this swing high, you've got highs and then a complete reversal, and then those lows get swept, but there's still kind of no more buying, and the trend kind of changes, right? So The next levels that I will be looking at for Link are still these like 21 levels, and I'm hoping that this like kind of loom line or trend line holds. Otherwise, if you take a look on the daily, you kind of know which levels need to be taken out. So you're currently in this supply, and you kind of just want to like get out of here, and then I'd probably say that I'm super bullish on Link. For now, I'll just rather wait and see what happens. I mean, if you get another daily rejected out of this order block, yeah, I mean, I don't know how super bull I'll be on it. But yeah, I mean, and we were talking how high it could go, all the way leading up to this, and we kind of all had this consensus between 35 and 40. I definitely think Link's gonna go higher, right? I don't think that it's over. I just think that we might just see like quite a lot of consolidation. Like I've said, a lot of consolidation will obviously lead to like a much bigger break higher, right? So yeah, like I mean, I'm not overly bullish, and I'm not bearish at all. I just kind of want to see the consolidation and see how many weeks of consolidation there are before we get like this next move. Okay, and then I'm just going to run through a couple of the super bullish stuff. So Bow's looking fantastic. Yeah, this was scary. I did edit this one over here, like I did describe in last week's video. So we did add there. I did go underwater for a little bit, but it's all in spot, right? So I'm not too worried about it. This has obviously turned into supply, but actually it's not supply, it's just a pivot. So that was an area of interest last week. We didn't get the reaction, closed underneath, retested that, so that became a pivot, sold off, and we're right back into the pivot. A close above the pivot obviously will then probably take out these highs, and then you're looking at this level over here as your first kind of level of supply. So yeah, I mean, I've been bullish on this for quite a long time, and what we did speak about last week was that we could just see this consolidation as well. So I'm pretty much just buying all the lows. I think we're up to like 1.4 1.5 million coins. Yeah, so let's just see how we go on with the bow. Okay, and then we'll go through FTT. And pretty much everything's following Bitcoin, right? So you do have this like higher block here. We did speak about retest to this trend like eventually, which means that like we could go sideways for quite a long time. This is the daily, so I mean this this could still go sideways for April and probably even into May, like if I extend that all the way through. But there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like these times are great for accumulating coins. So like, scalp Bitcoin, earn some USD, and then just follow the money bags on a daily basis. Like just add more and more and more and more and more bids, like at the lows, at all the demand areas. If we go from this swing, you got all the way down to here even, by like the 18th 19th of March, so towards the end of this month, would probably be quite a nice buying opportunity. And the reason why I'm so bearish, or not bearish, but the reason why I think that we are going to get another sell-off is purely because institutions will start taking profits. towards the end of the quarter, especially with quarterlies closing as well, and your options market also closing off. And options wasn't always such a massive like sell-off news type event, but the option market's just exploding in Bitcoin, so it's definitely something to keep an eye on. Yeah, I'm not gonna go through FLM, SOL. Yeah, I mean, we've basically got most of it on this push down yesterday. And I remember speaking about SOL and saying how I try to get in here, how I try to get in there last week. Yeah, finally, we kind of tested this first massive block here. And I mean, it's definitely not a, like a demand or like a demand block in the sense of what a demand block is. But there was like a little bit of consolidation, and then these lows got run. It got retested and still made another high, right? So this is definitely an area where a lot of guys will be getting in. And finally, yeah, finally we got in. Okay, on Serum, we bought quite a bit of Serum. This is PERPs on the spot market. It's slightly, it's a little bit different. What I don't like here is obviously that you don't want to see this wick and then tomorrow a sell-off down like that. Then you've kind of got this reversal pattern at the top here, and then an immediate like sell-off again, right? And in that case, then you'd be looking at this whole level here, kind of as a demand area and an accumulation area. Yeah, for now, I mean, we bought quite a bit up here as well, all the way down yesterday. So yeah, it's kind of the plan, right? Just keep on stacking up on SAM coins. Okay, I'm gonna give all the OG coins a bit of a skip because they're really like underperforming versus Bitcoin. And if you go and look at the BTC, the old BTC charts, especially on these OG coins, I'm still holding my TRX, but like, man, I should have just taken profit and gotten out of there. Let's see what happens. Like I say, March, you might see alts kind of moving up against Bitcoin, outperforming it. So I'll give it this month as well. It is a long-term swing, but there's quite a lot of crap coming out about Tesla, so let's see. I don't know. The only one is obviously BNB. BNB is pretty easy. This has now become a pivot. Pretty much the same as all the other ones. Flip the pivot, and obviously, you long and you're going to be aiming for those highs. And I don't think that like this won't happen. The BSC market is obviously going crazy, so yeah, BNB is definitely one to look out for. And then I'm just going to go through all of these. I mean, the DeFi space made some serious moves today. So you got SUSHI, and I didn't get into SUSHI. I don't actually know why. I've been super bullish on getting into the DeFi space, but I think I've just been spending too much time kind of concentrating on all the FTX coins. So yeah, let's see what happens here. Obviously, this now would become a nice base and a nice demand. So that's like fresh demand. What I'll do is I'll set up some alerts, like at the top of this. This looks insanely bullish, right? You still got all the highs. You haven't really made another low. And I mean, if you take out those highs, we're pretty much going higher. Comp as well, going absolute like on a serious rip. I think 2 weeks back we spoke about comp as well, and we said that we would gonna buy anything that kind of breaks those double bottoms. And then we filled in the demand zone, which is really, really cool. I never ever thought that I'd be buying comp like at $300, because like I mean we were, I think the original buy, no jokes, was something like that, and I think we bought like the breakout, yeah, 132 rings a bell. We obviously took profit super early, and then I remember getting in, I think same time as like Salsa. He said that he was going to get into it, and I think we bought here, and we said it was a long-term hold. Took profits way too early again, but I mean this thing went up to like $520, right? So this could be the next Ethereum. we only need to do like $1,000 candle, and we'll pretty much be there. But I mean, if you look at this versus this, you know, it's a really stark contrast, right? Like you kind of feel like this is just like completely topped, and you know you're probably looking at a bearish retest and then a little bit lower. I don't know. Alpha moved quite a bit today. Not really interested in that. I'm not interested in that either. GRT. GRT looking a little bit Ethereum-y, so this could just be a bearish retest. Swipe. Okay, yeah, like I think we went through this last week, and we did get that low, so this should have been buys. I didn't get involved in it, but here, yeah, I mean, like this is pretty much where you can see all the sell pressure kind of coming in. So the first level that you kind of want to flip is this one over here, and then you know you take a look at price action towards here. Tomo, actually, I don't know. Okay, well, let's just do AVE first. So this one was also covered like 2 weeks ago. And here we spoke about the head and shoulders pattern. And it played out pretty perfectly. Like, I mean, from the shoulders down, you got a 24% move. So once you broke that, you know, you got kind of like an equal move. So that would have worked out really nicely. And then that was like the first zone to be buying. I didn't buy AVE either. I've really got to start like finding a better way of keeping my wits about me, because I do these and I do chart like pretty much everything almost throughout the entire week, and then kind of wait for buying opportunities. But the amount of alarms that went off this week was insane. So what I'm going to rather do this time, to make sure that I get everything, is just kind of look at all of these guys that moved really quickly first, right? So I will be sharing this in the Discord, so you guys can obviously get it. But yeah, I mean, like, I'm just going to shuffle these around, and I'm only going to be spending a lot of time charting all of these, you know, like really massive DeFi coins that just like really pushed up, and then set alerts for them, so that like I don't have like way too many things to keep my eyes on. The shop's obviously getting busy, and in South Africa we now back down to level 1, which means that I'm gonna have to spend quite a bit of time at the shop. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not gonna be missing out on an opportunity of a lifetime, and I definitely feel DeFi is going to make some serious moves this month, and one crazy DeFi project to take a look for is the IEO for Oxygen Protocol, which is doing an IEO on FTX, so I'm definitely going to get my hands on some of that. Super innovative. Today Sam also spoke about a $40 million dollar investment, so that Maps could pretty much use that as like a settlement layer. I didn't actually watch the entire video. I will be going through it during the week. I did drop that in the Discord as well. But yeah, like, I mean, that's going to be a super crazy project, which I definitely want to kind of get involved in. yeah, so I think that's pretty much that for me tonight. I definitely, like I say, I'm gonna just be marking out a few coins, and I'll rather just be, on the safe side and kind of, um, you know, only throw money at the ones that are kind of, really pumping right now. So yeah, that's pretty much me in a nutshell. Once I do start charting all of these coins, I then will obviously share them in the Discord so you guys can all take a look. I am going to be putting Ray USD onto the watch chart, but Ray is definitely getting a blue badge because that's one of the FTX coins, and I think that Maps also came out with some. Okay, no, so that's still only on the USD pair. So I will be sharing, the two next watch lists with the guys in the Discord. You guys can just import them in there and then kind of chart with me. And then yeah, I'm just stay up to date in the Discord and on Twitter with all the stuff that I will be doing with regards to the charting and that type of thing. So yeah, if you dig the video, like and subscribe, share. If you've got any questions, hit me up on Twitter or in the Discord. And yeah, I mean, let's get a crazy start to the week. Like I say, Bitcoin still doesn't look bearish at all. We're just waiting for it to, kind of take out those stops, and then we'll see how we move forward. But I hope you guys all had a safe weekend and didn't get absolutely liquidated. It was nice being in mostly USD as well, so that I could buy quite a couple of dips. Didn't get all the ones that I wanted to, but that's just how it goes. Yeah, so keep a lookout for the charts that will be coming out. The two watch lists will be uploaded pretty much straight after the video. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week, same time, same place. And like I say, hit me up if you've got any questions in the Discord. Have a fantastic week, guys. And I'll catch you all next week. Peace.